Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Gulfstream today. It's Ron Nicoletti along with Katie Stazak. It is Friday. It is the start of our Labor Day weekend. We have racing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and a special Labor Day card on Monday. And Katie, what a carryover we're building in this Rainbow Six. It's going to start race number 5 with $546,213. That, to me, means over $500,000. So what a carryover. And once again, that's races 5 through 10. We also have a carryover in the Rainbow Six. Super High 5, it is a 2-day carryover now of $8,700 plus. So getting up in that stratosphere with that, the Rainbow Six carryover.
Absolutely. They bet another $100,000 plus into it yesterday. It continues to grow, and as it gets higher, the more they bet into it.
And you know what? We're going to have a mandatory payout on September 7th. That is Labor Day in both the Rainbow Six, the Pick 5, and the Super High 5 if they should carry over until those days. So usually the place goes insane. If we can make it through Monday, and the only way to stop that is if you hit it today. So somebody out there. Now let's check out Twitter Nation. And the first one we're going to talk about, boy, this is a great story. A horse that's going to go up and run in Saratoga for one of our favorite guys, and that's trainer Henry Collazo. Bullet's gone astray, going to the hopeful, and 7 horses in there. And I looked at it real quick. Looks like he has a shot.
He definitely has a shot, especially if he continues to run the way that he's been, absolutely dominant. And this is a really nice story in the TDN if you get a chance to read it about trainer Henry Collazo and how much he loves this horse. He's taking care of the horse himself, doing all the care plus the training, and he's looking for his first Grade 1 victory. Imagine if he could get it with this horse up at Saratoga.
And I asked him, I didn't ask him, but our staff asked him if he ever been to Saratoga, and he says, yeah, he was up there as a groom for Shaka T back in the 70s. And if you're a fan of South Florida racing, you remember Shaka T from the George Giannos barn many years ago. So Henry Collazo making a big return, and he's going up there with Luca Panici, who's going to ride for the first time ever at Saratoga, and that is all on Monday, and you can watch him wager on it right here. And how about Curlin? Boy, this sire has really exploded this year.
He really has, and there was a legal dispute involving this horse that went on for a long time. Earlier in the year, a 20% share of him was sold for millions of dollars. It was huge, and that percentage was bought by Hillendale Farm. Well, now it's official. Curlin is going to move to Hillendale next year. That was the big news, and he has got plenty of nice winners, including Keen Ice and Carolina, winners of the Travers and the Alabama, plus off the tracks, who debuted here and went on to win the Schuylerville.
Yeah, so, Curlin is the hot sire. I was walking in, saw our Happy Alton today, and he told me, I got 7 Curlins, he was yelling at me. I said, good for you. So we'll see how that works out. And the third tweet we wanted to look at is Saturday. Yes, tomorrow is the second leg of the Florida Sire Stakes. And when you see that, you think of one man and one man only. Not only one man only, but Stanley Gold is always around in these races. Does a fantastic job. And he's given a couple of horses a second chance in here tomorrow, and that's Ballet Diva and Fellowship.
Well, if he's not the only person you think of, he's certainly the first person you think of with the Florida Sire Stakes. A record 17 victories, just an astonishing number. Ballet Diva, heavily favored last time out. She's going to look to rebound, and she has a big shot.
Yeah, getting Lasix tomorrow, so I think she can run very well. Well, that's what we see out there in Twitterland. Once again, Henry, if you listen, good luck to you when you head up to the big track on Monday, Saratoga. Not that we're not bigger than Saratoga. So let's go to our first race. 5 furlongs on the turf. Claim is 3 and up. Non-winners of 2 races in life. $8,000. Scratch the main track only participant, number 8, Riley and Jack. And Katie, I went with the number 1 horse in here, Atheon. So I'll kick it off. This one beating the nose against this caliber of competition when breaking from the rail. That was back on July 24th. Drops a notch. Goes back to the inside post again today. Broke mid-pack last time out. Finished second. Again, $10,000  2 lifetime claimers. Last time out, I like this horse from the rail.
I like this horse, too. I definitely have him on the ticket. But my only concern being on the rail is that there's a lot of pace in here, and he is going to get pressured and have to be sent from that rail post. I ended up taking the 4 in here, Abran Paso, because I think the race sets up for him with the abundance of speed from Atheon, Dr. J. Dub, Me Patron, and Loud Pipes. This one could sit the trip. He was a gaining 4th last time out after lacking room at the top of the stretch. He's performed pretty well this spring. That was his first off-the-board finish since February, so I just took a pace scenario strategy to this race, but I do think the one is the best horse in the race.
Well, number 7, Loud Pipes, as you mentioned, we both have on our tickets, is dropping to this $8,000 level. And we're going to turn it to the grass today after finishing third against 12-5, 2 lifetime claimers last time out. He has the ability to stalk the pace, this horse. And I saw it this way. I saw that Loud Pipes might end up sitting the trip, but I can understand your fascination with Abraham Paso. Another one that's going to benefit the most from the speed in here, and he's a logical choice along with the 7 Loud Pipes in there. The other horse I use, a horse that just broke maiden, and that is Dr. J. Dub. He's going to face winners after stalking the early action and drawing away to win rather nicely, but he is stepping up against winners today.
He is, and another with speed, so we'll see how this race plays out.
Well, that's a good one to mark down too, we'll see, because when you get your Rainbow Six ticket together, we'll have a couple of grass races you can already use as a handicapping guide for later on in the day. And we're going to go to the fast main track for race number 2. 1 mile claimers, fillies and mares, 3 and up, non-winners of 2 in life, $12,500. The jockey on the number 6 is Pedro Monterrey Jr. I went with the 2, Miss Tattletale. You went with the horse I have in third, and that is Valid Wildfire.
We have the same 3 horses here, and I think they all figure. Valid Wildfire, I really liked her race last time out, especially considering it was her first start against winners. She made a late run to get up for third. Very strong. 2 back. She drew off to break her maiden by more than 6 lengths when going 7/8, so I think she's going to love this distance, and she's hit the board in 6 straight dating back to April.
Yeah, the problem I had, they're going to have her on the ticket, was that she's had 7 previous races at this distance with no wins. She's been on the board 5 of those 7, but I would not leave her off the ticket. And don't forget, this is where the first of 2 pick 4s starts here. I went with the horse you have in third on top, so we're, like Katie said, we're basically in agreement. Miss Tattletale is dropping to this level today, 2 lifetimes, stretching out to a mile, returned from a 5-month layoff to show brief interest in fade, but that was against $30,000 condition claimers going 6.5. Is there anybody hotter than Ralph Nix Jr.? As of yesterday, he was tied for the lead in the trainer standings. He's 29% with horses stretching out in distance. So I just went with the hot hand there, but Miss Tattletale on top of my ticket, and we both used the number 3, Sol Fatata.
Actually finished a length ahead of Valid Wildfire last time out. Hooked up in a duel at the quarter pole, was just outfinished after drifting 5 wide into the stretch. My only concern is that I'm not sure if she wants to go this far. I think she's run better in sprints.
Well, it's Larry Bates and Diego Gomez teaming up on the number 3 horse, Sol Fatera. We're going to go to race number 3, and this one is 6.5 furlongs. Claimers, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of a race in 6 months or March 4th. We're going to have 7 runners in the race with no scratches or jockey changes in the air, and we both went with the number 3, Toe Jam Football, and a likely name for this time of the year.
Yeah, football season starting up. College football season started last night. The preseason is over. I love this name, and I love this time of year. Toe Jam Football returned from a 14-month layoff to finish 4th at this level in open company on August 16th for trainer George Navarro. Showed some speed early, was very close up before understandably tiring off that layoff over a main track that was listed as good. Might have been a little bit more of a tiring surface anyway, so I think she'll be better second start back, especially facing condition claimers.
Yeah, these non-winners of a race in 6 months is a much easier spot than this horse ran against last time. And just a stat, and not that you have to give George Navarro stats all the time, he's 3 for 6, 50% with horses making his second start after an extended layoff like this, 180 days and plus. Who'd you use in second?
I used Jill's Reflection. She's going to debut for the Sergio Vega barn today and dropping out of a pair of state-bred allowances. She was a respectable 4th at that level on July 4th. I think she finds a good spot here.
We run 6.5 furlong races, not as much as we do 6 or 7, but this horse here with a 5 turnout, who you have on your ticket, is 4 for 5 in the money at 6.5 furlongs, albeit all of them third place finishes, but drops on the competition scale is what I like, hoping to get back, get out of third gear today, and I think the class relief is going to help this horse. I think you're going to be somewhere on the ticket.
Absolutely. 2 back, she was second in open company, so very well spotted.
Yeah, we mentioned the 5 turnout. The other horse I used, Katie, was the 4 Mambo Maya, who's turning back to this distance we've been talking about 6.5 furlongs, made a 4-wide charge last time out, finished, I believe it was second. That was against 6,250 condition claimers going a mile. Maybe it'll wake up at 6.5 furlongs. So another horse that I threw on my ticket. You see our selections up there, but we both have number 3, Toe Jam Football, on top of our ticket. Race 4, going to continue to run on the main track. It's a 1-mile claimer. Fillies and mares 3 and up, $6,250. 8 runners in the field. Once again, no scratches or jockey changes in the race. And Katie and I, in agreement with our top pick, we went with the 1, Dakota Eyes.
Well, after last time out, how could you not put her on top? She drew off by almost 9 lengths at this distance on August 21st. If she runs like she did last time, she's not going to have a problem in this spot today. 6 for 8 in the money at the distance as well, with 2 wins.
Yeah, and Tammy Levy, the trainer, is 28% winning consecutive races, so another positive statistic with number 1, Dakota Eyes. We differ a little bit at the end. Katie's got the 4 and 3rd. I got it in 2nd, and that's Capriccio Blue. Moved to the Rashawn Creaky barn. Vita Claim stretches out to a mile. 11 previous races at a mile with 2 wins, 5 seconds and a third. The first outing showing a brief interest in fading against Similar. That was going 3/4 of a mile. Was on July 18th, but I think this mare gets a vote of confidence. Leading jock Tyler Gaffleone rides her back, and I just think that this distance suits number 4, Capriccio Blue. And you're sort of in agreement with me, but you did go with the number 3, Centella, in 2nd.
The other Rashawn Creaky trainee in here, I think he has 2 very live runners in this race. She was 4th last time out at this level and distance. I just thought very well spotted, but I do also very much like Capriccio Blue. Don't you have a Capriccio Blue hat?
Yeah, I do have a Capriccio Blue hat in our office, so we'll see how that goes. Number 5, Niaguata. This one has her claimant tag sliced in half this afternoon. Stretches out to a most accomplished distance. Has 18 races at this distance with 5 wins, a 2nd and 5 thirds, so 11 for 18 in the money at this 1-mile distance. Weakling got beat pretty good in that race. 11 plus lengths, going 7/8, but it was against 12-5 claimers, and I just thought this was a horse that you had to have on your ticket. I thought it was going to be about 6 to 8 to 1. I look at the morning line, 2nd choice, so we'll see how that 4th race shakes out. 5th race, as we mentioned, the Rainbow 6 starts with over $500,000 already in the pool. And as Katie mentioned at the top of the show, they bet $154,000 plus into it yesterday. We're expecting more today because as this thing grows, they keep sending it in, and we'll update you throughout the day about that mandatory payout on Labor Day, September 7th. If it's not hit, we're giving it away on that day. But you got the chance to upset the apple cart by doing it right here. 1 mile, claimers, fillies and mares, non-winners of 3 in life or 3-year-olds, $6,250. Scratch the 7, Can Lady. Katie and I have our exact, the flip-flop. She went with the 3, Bullheaded Lady. I went with the 6, Starship Lisa. Tell us about Bullheaded Lady.
From the Peter Walder barn, 6 for 7 in the money at this mile distance, and her 2 lone career victories also came at this distance, so she's clearly at her best at a mile. Last time out, dueled on the lead throughout, ended up fading to 3rd, but that was on July 24th. She's going to enter this race fresh today, and I didn't see a whole lot of speed in this race, so I thought it was going to set up for her well, and if she can relax up there on the pace, she might be tough to catch.
Yeah, and then Peter Walder, as you know, always does an excellent job. I had to have it on the ticket, but I did go the other way with the horse you have in 2nd at Starship Lisa, and this one's going to the Stevie DeMauro barn, Vita Claim, and was freshened after finishing 2nd at this level and distance on June 30th, so we have a couple of horses coming off for freshening. The sophomore, really good going a mile here at Gulfstream Park. 7 starts, 2 wins and 3 thirds. Has Juan Leyva named to ride, and both these horses look like they're coming back in a logical spot, freshened off their last performances, and I think they can run well. And we both used the 5, Berry Blitz in 3rd.
Berry Blitz did defeat Starship Lisa in their last meeting, but she's raced 4 more times, not going to have that freshness advantage, and she was beaten double digits, and 2 of those starts, though she was 3rd last time out, and runs for a pretty hot rider-trainer combo in a Misael Jaramillo and Antonio Sano.
Yeah, and these hard-knocking claimers, $6,250, they amaze me all the time. They just go out there and give their best each and every day. The 6th race is where the pick 5 starts, and it's a 50-cent wager, very popular wager, and we'll see how this unfolds today. So what's great about it, if you start the Rainbow 6 and you happen to make a misstep, you can get right back in with the pick 5 in race number 6 today. 5.5 furlongs, maiden claimers, 2-year-olds, $16,000. 8 runners going in the field, and we both went with the 8, Elusive Starship, who's a gelded son of elusive quality.
You know, we talk about Stanley Gold and how great he is with 2-year-olds and Wesley Ward, but what about David Brady? He's really had a nice season with his freshman runners, winning 2-year-old races at a 23% clip right now with an average return on investment of $4.74. That's pretty nice. I think this one, an exclusive quality gelding, debuts in a really favorable spot, and half-siblings, only 2 siblings to race. They both won.
So that's good to know. 8, and I always love the work Dave Brady's been doing, especially here this summer at Gulfstream Park. The other horse, we have the same exact, the 7. Chris and Dave is the son of Bluegrass Cat, debuting for trainer George Navarro with 8 Gulfstream Park West workouts showing. Starts his campaign with Lasix, and he's got Eddie Castro in the saddle. We mentioned this a little bit yesterday. Not his game, really. First time started George Navarro, but we'll see. This horse looks like a logical contender in there. Who else did you use in race number 6?
Set and Go. We've got Chris and Dave and Set and Go. I feel like I've said 4 names instead of 2. This one's from the Marco Fernandez barn, a debut runner as well. I was intrigued because he draws the services of leading rider Tyler Gaffalione, and he could give his sire Get Rich Quick the first victory of his sire stallion career, and 3 winning siblings to mention.
I use the number 6 Parole Board. I love the name. It's a gelded son of Repent, and that's the name Parole Board, and it's debuting for Sandy Cataldi. A string of solid morning workouts showing trained at Sandy's 2 for 7, 29% with debut maiden claimers Juan Leva in the saddle today. Let's go to race number 7, 6 furlongs maiden claimers. These are 2-year-olds. They're running for 50,000, excuse me. Scratch the 8 Anderson's AP. You want to go back and show you a performance of a horse that I did not use on my ticket, and I know Katie has right on top, and I might have made a mistake here, and that's the 3 today, and that is Union Vow.
Did not have the greatest of trips last time out, and he's taken a big drop today. Take a look at him here. Stumbles a bit, veers in a bit, not the cleanest, sharpest of breaks, but he's hustled up, and he's going to end up getting caught wide. So again, just things not going exactly the way you would want. 5 wide bid, lugs out a bit as well. He's going to get just nabbed for second in this race because he does a bit of drifting in and out. But I like this horse because he was a stakes runner. See, he's just going to get nabbed there for the place as he gets in the inside. He was 4th in the Bird on the Wire stakes. That's respectable. Going to get blinkers added today. I think that's going to be a big key in keeping him on the straight and narrow. And he's running for a tag for the first time.
Well, that's why I went back and looked at this race when you posted that you wanted to show it. And I said, maybe I missed something with this horse. But I did go with the horse you have in second, and that's Cataclysmic. This is a gelded son of Hear No Evil, debuting for Red Oak Stable and trainer Wesley Ward with a slew of solid morning workouts showing. And trainer Ward, you know his exploits with the 2-year-olds. He's 30% with 2-year-old debuting maiden claimers. Lasix jockey Tyler Gaffalione. This is what I found interesting. This is he's only used Tyler Gaffalione twice before a leading rider. So I don't know if I'm seeing something there, but I thought I'd mention it.
I have it in my notes. Tyler Gaffalione riding this, and normally he rides Edgar Prado or John Cruz. Prado seemed to opt for Union Val in this race, so I went back and forth there. But I think with this, don't read too much into it. Here's the issue that I had. Something has to give. His lone sibling, by sweet return, 0 for 10, has yet to win. But Hear No Evil wins at a 16% very solid clip with his 2-year-olds. So it's going to go one way really well or one way the other way.
Well, we both have the 4 in there, Brave. Enrique's sire is Majestic Warrior. This one produces debut winners about a 9% rate. It's a $150,000 Keelan Yearling purchase. Debuts for Oscar Gonzalez. 10 local workouts. I think the tote action is what you got to watch on this horse to see what happens there. And Katie, I rounded it out with the 9 mass approval. Stepping up the competition, but posted the last best race speed figure of all the previous starters in this race when he was beaten 3/4 of a length against $25,000 maidens going 5'8". So if you are a buyer figure aficionado, that might be a horse you want to throw on your ticket. Race 8, 1 mile and 1/16 on the turf. Starter optional claimer. 3-year-olds and up 25,000. Scratch the 5, one more cat. Also scratch the main track only number 9, Johnny Handsome. Want to go back and show you the performance of a horse called Padilla, who's in this race today, was keeping some pretty nice company last time out.
Yeah, he really was. This is actually 2 starts back in the 8 Miles East Stakes, so dropping into Allowance Company. That's going to help him a lot. He's the 8. He's going to finish 4th in this race, and I wanted to show this race because of the horses that he finishes behind. And he's going all right here, right up with them. The winner, Golden Rifle. Second, Joe's Blazing Aaron. And third, My Point Exactly. And he was only a neck behind My Point Exactly. On the dirt last time, getting back on his preferred surface and in a perfect spot.
Yeah, I got him on a ticket, but I went with my best bet in here today. And the horse that you have on top of your ticket is the 3 Starship Zorro, who certainly left his mark. You got it? When proving he can handle a hiking competition last time out. He defeated this level of competition going a mile. It was back on July 18. Dave Casson, really good with this type of freshening, about 20%. Jesus Rios going for this 5-year-old's 3rd consecutive victory. Stepped up last time out, ran very well, freshened. I think he's going to run well, and Katie's in agreement. Who else did you use, Katie?
I used the 4 Concert Stage. I thought this was a pretty remarkable statistic. 21 for 25 in the money at this distance with 7 wins. He needs to break a case of second-itis today. He's been the runner-up in each of his last 3 starts, and it doesn't matter. It's been in both claiming and Allowance Company, so we'll see if he can break through.
Well, the horse I kept going back to over and over in here was the number 2 Racetrack Romance, who moves to the Jessica Capitelli Barn Via to claim. Set the pace as the favorite last time out. Weekend to finish 6th behind a trio of next out winners. That was a $25,000 claimer, a key race. This horse has really worked really well in preparation for this assignment. Bullet half-mile drill, 47-2, coming out of a key race. I think you got to have this horse somewhere on your ticket, especially if you're putting that late pick 4 or the final pick 3 of the afternoon together.
So speaking of tickets, the 3 Starship Zorro is your best bet. Are you singling?
Yes.
I like it.
Let's go to race number 9 today. 7 furlong starter, optional claimer. Fillies and Mares 3 and up, 12-5. Scratch the big favorite in here, number 2, BL's Appeal. I went one of my favorite angles in horse racing, so I'll start it, and that's the 5 Summertime Music. Cutting back to 7 furlongs on the main track after leading every step of the way to defeat $16,000 condition claimers going a mile on the turf. Javier Negrete, Miguel Vasquez handling this is my favorite, dirt to dirt, turf to dirt angle, speed on the grass, turning back to 7/8 on the main track, and everybody thinks these horses are going to be on the lead. They're usually not. They stalk, and they run surprisingly well, so I went with that one, 10-1 on the morning line, but it's skewed with the scratch of BL's wagon.
Absolutely, and with the scratch of BL's wagon, it opens this race up. It's really wide open now. I went with Miss Darla. Had a 2-race win streak snapped when she finished a solid 5th at high odds in a stake to Flutterby. That was the Gold Mover Handicap on August 22nd. I think she might have the best current form of this group. I loved her 2 previous races, but if I would like her more if this were 6 furlongs. I'm not sure if she wants to go this far.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the distance. She was parked 4 or 5 wide in that whole race last time out, but 7/8, she's only had, she hasn't run well. She's had one previous start, I believe, at the 7 furlong distance. We both used the 1 Very Cherry Candy today, who's stretching out to the 7 furlong distance.
She's also stretching out, and she'll be fresh. Looking for back-to-back wins as well. She won by 3.5. When going 6.5, so not that much of a stretch out.
Yeah, it's amazing how some horses like the 6.5 and they don't like the 7, but this horse certainly, I believe, needs to be on your ticket. Let's go to the nightcap today. We got a full field of 10 runners, no scratches or jockey changes. We got the Super High 5 with that 2-day carryover of over $8,000, 7.5 furlongs on the grass. Maiden claimers, Fillies and Mares 3 and up, 12-5. As I mentioned, a clean slate in here, and Katie and I both have the exact same 3 selections, so go ahead and start.
We are just setting up that Super High 5 for you. All you got to do is go all in the final 2 there. We got it. Freed Spirit. You talked about some horses, they like a certain distance, and just stretching out that half a furlong can be a big deal. Right. I think Freed Spirit finds the perfect distance today. Set the pace and faded to 3rd when going a mile and a 16th. A gaining 2nd when going 5 furlongs. This distance should be just right.
Yeah, and that's the reason I put it up, and I love, we talk about the work that Dave Casson been doing here since he decided to be a regular resident here in South Florida. Number 1, Dee's Causeway, stretching out around 2 turns, looking to flaunt her ability to control the pace from her inside starting position. She'll be running and gunning. I don't know if she'll get the lead right at the gate, but she's going to try and get the lead, I believe, at least. As soon as they spring that gate, she'll be going, I think.
She's finished in the money from 5 furlongs to a mile and a 16th. I give her so many chances. She needs to just take it one step further to get that win.
And we both used the number 10, Sensational Saturday, on our ticket.
2 starts back, she was 4th, only beaten 2 lengths at the $20,000 maiden claiming level, so drops a bit. I think she fits well.
And it perfectly named horse Sensational Saturday, so we can segue into the Sensational Saturday we're going to have here with the second leg of the Florida Sire Stakes tomorrow.
It's going to be very exciting. We've got 6 stakes races. Going to be a great day of racing.
A great day of racing, and of course we got simulcasting from all around the country, and you won't know until the last race today if that Rainbow Six is going to carry over into Saturday's 12-race card. And don't forget, both Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, 12:45 first race post.
Early bird special here at Gulfstream.